Welcome back to another episode of Wren's Wasteland Camp Reviews / Dumpster Fires of the Commonwealth. Let's see where we're at. This is near Lucky Hole Mine. This is Double Dub's camp. Looks like they've got some miscellaneous items for sale. They built here on the lake under
This unit
this
is
area.
error. Days overdue for
Okay, I need to go ahead
maintenance.
and make a change to my audio settings because I am getting tired of that. Let's turn down.
Our work is never done.
There we go. So if you ever get tired of your followers or these guys talking to you, just crank the voice down as tight as you can. Now then, back to the review. They have the Wavy Willard set, or at least the flooring set. Interesting design. I don't know why you would even bother with the water coolers here, given the fact that you can throw out a purifier into the lake. Large variety of things. Everything they got basically is a serum. Gotcha. Large thing of water coolers, which again I don't get. Vendors, work area, beds, bowling alley, at least this I get. You could use it as a, actually it does make a nice bridge. Huh. Never thought about that. Makes a lot of sense. Could use it that way. Alright. So, heading on out. So I judge camps on a scale of 1 to 10. I may have a small thing that I added at the front of this video to explain my judging thing. Usually I give you a point based on if you have a bathroom. I give you 2 points if you used a prefab. I give you points based on your creativity. I give you points based on your decoration. I give you points on the general camp that you have built. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll be honest, this one's about a 5. It's not bad, but it's not really good either. It doesn't really stretch your imagination. I mean, the most creative thing is using that thing as a bridge. I also give you negatives for dumb things that you do. For instance, like using the water coolers versus actively just throwing out a water purifier. Each one of those coolers is 2, but a water purifier can get you, you know, more. But those things don't require power, so they're passive. So I get that, but it just doesn't make any sense when you have the water there and you're already boosting out 100 power anyway. Might as well just throw in a couple water purifiers. You can get that same amount in 2 purifiers. So let's go to Seth Mount's camp and we'll check it out real quick. I know, resources are resources are resources, and I harp on resources a lot in game because resources are the one thing that everybody needs in this game, and seldom do people have enough of. Alright, so we have a prefab. Technically 2 if you count this as a prefab, which I will. Looks like it's Brotherhood of Steel themed base. Or at least military themed. They've got multiple prefabs. Ooh, this one could be good. We got the dog inside, which is actually a really nice touch. Here's your vendor bot doing his thing. Let's just check his inventory. And again, stuff that's not priced too great, but not priced too bad, based on which... This is crazy, by the way. I would probably buy that if I had the caps for it, because I've been looking for it for a while. Some of these things are available through going through the game and just randomly getting them out of chests that the overseer has left for you. He's a collector. He's decorated out and themed it out pretty well. I like the death claw with the little death claw. That is just so cool. Using that door over there and making it look like it's wired into the room is a nice touch. You got the two prefabs that are here. One for entertainment. That's kind of a rough bathroom to get to, but I can give him points for at least having it. Power's up here. That's a shelter, by the way, over there. Little vertibot coming in. So he's got 3 points. Another shelter right here. It's like an eating area. Another prep room / control room. Very nicely done, decoration-wise. The only thing I'm not giving him points for is the, well, in all honesty, I don't know. I guess he did this for aesthetic purposes. I would have personally taken one of these things off and used this as a landing pad for my bot, or vertibird, or possibly used it even for my cannons up here. So that's how close you can get those things together. By the way, there are ways to float ceilings in there if you wanted to do it. It would be a pain in the butt to do, but I've seen it done by other people. And I've done it myself a time or two, and if you're already building up like this, you could do it pretty easily. Actually, all you need to do is burn these 2 towers. And have enough building material to rebuild them. I had a friend that built an airship here once upon a time. Like the fact that they included the little tree outside, so it looks like it's incorporated into the landscape a little better. And, I mean, overall, build-wise, this is a good solid 9. It'd be a 10 if you had a real bathroom. And if you didn't know, in this game, they tried to make it a little bit like reality, and they gave you these points here, which are surveyor's points, that they incorporated into the game to give you a little bit of local area history and things like that. There's one here, there's another couple around the map that you can find. Yeah, not bad. A good solid 9. Haven't seen one of those in a while. I'm going to go over here to Scotty Sanguine's camp, and we'll check it out, and it'll be the last one that we'll do for this video, hopefully. Unless it's a total dumpster fire, then I might wind up going somewhere else. But that is the Hall at the White Springs. The White Springs is one of those places that kind of doesn't make a lot of sense to me in the way that they've decided to build it up. Well, let's see here. His camp is up here on top of the monorail post, which is a nice touch. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look here and see what we got. So, use the ramps from the Pittsburgh set. They've got gun turret sitting on top of the telephone post, which needs a repair. So if you haven't if I haven't mentioned it in a while, I have a friend that is a builder that has a YouTube channel, and he has a few tutorials. One of them is how to do these kind of things. His name is Jack O'Mara. I highly recommend checking him out. This person managed to get 2 foundations to sink in up here, which is actually a really cool thing, because by getting 2 foundations to sink in, it means you can anchor things to them and get things to go down at the proper area. It also means that if you build over to this side, which is what they've done, and they have used prefabs for this, which is not a bad idea, because it reduces the amount of structure you have to personally build. I like the fact that they managed to get the concrete foundations to actually attach to this and do it in a manner that they could still build something up here. Not bad. I also like the fact that they get the prefabs to actually sit in the right location, and the fact that they're using prefabs that overhang the actual location. I would probably not have used this myself, but I understand. I mean, it's still relatively cool looking. I definitely would not have put the gun right there, because you can't really get into the bedroom behind it, or the room behind it. And I don't know if I would have built this up this way either. You've got walkways, turrets, a lot of fire in use here for lighting. They've got a prefab, and they've got a pre-done shower. The fact that they got these things to set up well on here is actually really an accomplishment as well. The drum kit's nice. Placement. It's very tight, very confined. It doesn't feel like I like the fact they've got the outhouse right here too. But it's facing out, which is kind of weird. And they put a curtain on it, which is even a little weirder. If you're going to put a curtain on it, at least turn it around so you can use it. Yeah, but I get it. I mean, technically, I guess they can if they... Yeah, and you don't really have to in game. But all their workbenches are down here. Huh. So the other camp used a bunch of prefabs, and I gave him a 9. This one I'm going to give an 8, but it's not because of the prefab usage or anything like that. It's because he has made it so weirdly confined that it's almost unnavigable in areas. And there are certain things that are completely useless or unusable with no reason to it, other than the fact that, well, he blocked them off, which I get that. I mean, it's a design choice, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to me to go to the trouble of building all this and then effectively blocking off rooms so you can't use them, and making things so compact and so cramped that it is totally unusable in some areas and totally makes no sense about some other things. But anyway, so I'm going to give this one an 8. Not a bad little camp. I recommend checking it out if you can. I'm going to go check out their vendor and see if they actually have any. Do they actually have a vendor? Yeah, they supposedly do. I don't remember seeing it. You would think it would be one of the... Oh, there it is. I don't know if I can get it. can't get it to activate. I guess I could try. Nope, can't do that either. Huh. So you have a vendor, but you really can't get the person to activate it. So I'm just looking around to make sure there's not a second one that I missed somewhere. Huh. Well. Alright then. We'll do one quick scout on the ground to make sure there's not one down there somewhere, because that's where I would have probably put one at myself. But I honestly don't think they have one down here. Usually whenever I make a vendor part of a decor item like that, I go ahead and also stick out one or two other ones so that you can find them relatively easy. For instance, my camp at Harper's Ferry has 3 different vendors set up so that people can use them. There's one up top at the front of the crane that I built, one at the bottom inside the fan boat that I built, and one over by the house, if I remember right, where the Wanderer stays. So no, it's kind of borked. Okay, it is nicely done. I like the fact that they layered the foundations. I mean, it looks really good. It's just, yeah. I like the fact also that they managed to float that generator up there on those conduits and get those in place. That is not an easy thing to do. So yeah, giving this place an 8, even with the borked up vendor, is probably still a legit score. But anyway, this has been Ren for Ren's Wasteland Camp Reviews / Dumpster Fires of the Commonwealth. If you get a chance, check out this camp. I like it a lot.